Episode 45. We've made a little bit of headway. We got a sanctum key. It's been a while since we got one of those. I guess this makes 4 now? We've unlocked 4 doors, well, we're about to unlock our 4th door with this key. Down in the sanctum, but we've only gotten 2 of the realm sigils. Just because I couldn't figure out that 3rd one, or I had some erroneous information about that 3rd one. Or we can try on a 4th one to see if we can do better this time. There's still a lot we can do today, so we'll just pop down there real quick and try not to spend too much time if we don't have enough information. I'm sure there's still plenty of information that we can gather regarding all of these different countries in the world. But we might as well start with this. Lot of turnips today. Lot of turnips. And again, I guess the elevator is only really useful to call down if you have the key card at the beginning of the day and want to, like, for some reason, start in the foundation. If you make your way through the basement somehow, which you can through the precipice, which we did by unlocking the candles and all of that junk with the minecart and the boat. It's a lot of steps just to start in the foundation, but you can do it, I guess. Not sure if there's any point to doing that, though. Can't really, like, call it, though. If we leave this elevator down, though, does it stay down? Can we leave it down without calling it down? Like for the next day? Not even sure when you'd want to do that. And actually, you don't even need to go do all of this stuff that I just mentioned. I completely forgot that I unlocked that passageway all the way in the back. You can just enter whenever you want from close to the precipice, but you don't have to go all the way down there, or do any of that boating, minecart moving stuff. But we are going this way, for the sake of getting the sanctum open. Just gotta make sure where the boat is. I do like the boat here, right? There's no reason for the boat to be on the other side? I don't think so. Unless we, like, wanted to enter through the precipice and boat our way across. But, I don't think it really matters at that point. It's been a while since I was in this room. Was there anything important here? I think it was just useful, this one room, for making our way into the sanctum in the first place. But I feel like... I don't know. It seems like a pretty important room. This used to be a secret door back here. 30 odd months. There are a lot of dates on these mining reports. Could any of these be an important date for a safe, even? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We can't just go after every single date we see. I think first we just have to find a safe, and then we can decide whether or not dates apply to that. And I guess there's also up there. It wasn't a safe, but I think there was that whole thing about counting small gates. Or something like that. I think it was just a regular size gate up there, but if that one does require a date to open, I'm not sure which one it would need. So yeah, I guess we can pull this if we're in the area, might as well. So I thought about it, and I think today I want to go into Araja. Just pulling out my notes again. For Araja, I have purple, I have the flower, and I have the core, which is this right here, I guess. I guess the cores are a free one, a freebie for all of these. You know that that's what's behind the door. But what I don't know about Araja would be the weather, which helps us set the lines, and then the arrangement of the lines, like which directions they go in. I think I can only guess these things if I'm only missing one of those items. But I don't think I have anything else that has more information than Araja itself. I'll do a quick cross-reference of my notebook here, which noted down the names of the countries and maybe their colors. And I'll also look at the stamp collection that I had in that book. Did I take a photo of that? I guess I didn't. Well, I have photos of all the stamps anyway. We know that Arch Aries, which I'm pretty sure was this one, maybe? Because Arch Aries might be... Wait, what colors were there? I have to look again. I have them in my notebook, but I have to check them against the book that we had last time before, just to make sure I didn't write things down wrong, like last time. Where is that book? Further up, in my photos. It was a while ago, I guess. There it is. Black, red, violet, pink, green, yellow, orange, white. Pretty confident about green, confident about orange, not confident about the diamond. It might be white. This one might be white, the Arch Aries. Just because white might be hard to represent on a stamp, I guess. I mean, white is a part of every stamp that we've seen so far, I think. But just because we've already taken up the other colors, which again were, well, the other colors that it could be, which are violet and black, taken up by Araja and Orinda, respectively, then that means this one can only be white. But again, I don't think we know enough about it. We don't really have the... Well, I guess we have the weather from the stamp. Actually, before we unlock any other doors, from the stamp, we know that it's like an industrial thing, right? Because of the smokestack. And industrial had the kind of spacer-looking thing. That one. Which one was this again? That was the border. The white border was... Because I don't think I tried white before. I think I was trying violet and black or something. I don't know. Maybe I did try white already. Could just be wasting my time again. I think it was this one. There was also the dots that were black, but I don't think... Oh, this one sets the weather actually as well. Which one does this do? Changes the color and positioning. So let's focus on the weather first. It's kind of annoying that these things change more than one thing at once. It's puzzle enough already, I think. We want thunderstorms. Did we have a thing for thunderstorms? Yeah, it's the lightning-looking one. One of the obvious ones. One of the ones they gave us for free in the book. And we do want the white, pretty sure. That's black, and... Did I pass over it? I was kind of looking at my phone in between. Oh, does this not change the... I see. What does this do? Damn it. Okay, not that one. Gotta go all the way around again. played the sound effect and didn't rotate it. There it is. Okay, so this one was... What does this one do? Okay, that's the border. There we go. So yeah, this is... Starting with this as our like baseline, the Y shape. Everything here should be correct other than the positioning, and this one changes the positioning, right? I think. Try it. No good. So change the positioning. And we have to change the border again. There. So yeah, we're just working between these two levers now. This way we only have to guesswork one of them. The positioning in this case. Unless I tried this already. Try the next position. Okay, next position. Not that. Next position. I don't know how many positions there are, but probably 8, right? If they're all unique positions for the different sigils. I guess you could also use process of elimination to know which positions things aren't, I guess. Because there's unique colors and probably the sigil, not the sigil, the pips, the motes, those are probably unique too. For each realm. Probably no overlap in any regard. Okay, next position. I think we've gone through 4 or 5 of them already. So we might just go through the whole loop and realize that I don't know enough to guess the rest of this. That wasn't it? Alright. Back to white. Try again. No. Next position, and we're back here. Great. I really don't know anything about this one, I guess. Is it not white? How could it not be white? How could it be any other color? It has to be stormy weather. Looking at my notes again. It can't be yellow. Well, I guess it could be yellow. I don't know. It didn't look yellow to me. It's definitely not orange or red. Or black. We already used those. Oh, I have orange written down twice again in my notes. Damn it. Pink. I don't have pink. I'm pretty sure... Wait, maybe the diamond is pink. Maybe the stamp doesn't correspond to the color. Although... Yeah, we don't have pink anywhere written down here. I also don't have white anywhere written down for any of these other ones. Let me just look through these colors again. Where are my duplicates? I have 2 oranges, but I'm pretty sure orange is Verishore's. Unless orange was the heart, because I'm pretty sure we saw some kind of classroom thing that led to us believing that. But that was back when I was making some faulty assumptions, so maybe. Maybe not. Okay, we'll try one more thing here. Because of that stamp that we keep on seeing on the letters that, for some reason, is hidden from us, like all of those letters in the mailroom that have that stamp that are hidden behind a page or something, just looking at it with the non-zoomed in view, it looked like a pink diamond. So we can try pink as the color here with all 8 of the combinations, and that'll be like the last thing I try, I guess. Otherwise, I'll just have to like learn more, I guess. Should be like a cog shape. Which I guess fits the industrial theme, fittingly. I might have passed over it already. There it is. Try that. I guess they make it rotate more than one thing at once, just so that you can't brute force it that easily. It disincentivizes it. makes it hard to remember what you've been to. Unless you're just going through one thing like I am. Damn it, I pressed it more than once. Go back to the Y shape and I'll press it twice. Okay, 1 and then 2. Oh, it was already on it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Change to pink. Next one should be pink. There it is. Next shape. Riveting gameplay, I know. But if I do get this, this would be faster than trying to find this information in some random piece of lore elsewhere. Pink and white are all I'm willing to try as this color, otherwise I don't know. That's a no. We're running out of positions for this to be in, for the raid things, whatever they're called. The lines. That's not it. And we're back here. It's not pink or white. God damn it. I can't believe this shit. I already knew that I didn't have that one known that well, but I felt like I could have, I don't know, just been doing things wrong the last time. Well, what else do we know better than this? Again, gotta go back to looking at my notes. I just wasted about 15 minutes or something on that. We have these stamped for nuance, but we don't know what weather it is. It's green, we're pretty sure that this might be the core for nuance. Just because the stamp used a hot air balloon, and this is kind of hot air balloon shaped, I guess. The way that there's a little nub at the bottom where the people would ride in. But other than color and this and all of that, we're missing the moat and other things. If we went with a Raja, we would just be missing the weather and the positioning. But that's already more than I'm willing to deal with. I don't think we really have anything else. We've got Vera Shore's picture before. Where is my photo of that? I did take a photo, yeah? I'm sure I did. I may not have taken a photo with a close-up from the magnifying glass, but I'm sure I had one. Oh wait, hang on. I did take a photo of the stamp of a Raja, actually. It looks like it's raining. Just like normal rain, not stormy rain. Do we have... from that book... something indicating like normal rain. Wavy lines are heat. 3 lines is rainy. Okay, we can do a Raja, I think. Which was the heart. No, wait. The hourglass, of course. Right? Yes, has to be. Okay, so, if I'm correct, we should only have one missing thing here. Which would be the positioning again. That's like the hardest one to find, I guess. So first set this to the flowers. There we go. This one was the positioning. No, wait, it was the rays. There. That's the rain. And I guess we can just start with this default position, all 8 in all 8 directions. Purple was from my picture. The horizontal line, then the vertical line. That one. Next position. If this doesn't work, then I don't know. There's something wrong with the way that I'm taking notes if this is wrong. This has to be a Raja, the purple one, the flower. With this border, which we saw in the clock tower, fittingly enough, which is where we got the key from. All we're missing is the position, and we have been able to brute force this on one of the other ones before. There's the Y shape. Okay, thank God. It locked me out of my controls. We got one. We still don't know what that other one was, Arch Aries or whatever. I probably should know it by now, but I still haven't gotten it. Maybe I'll just need more letters or something. Morajai box, the Araja variation. The puzzle box is a Morajai, spread to Araja, not through port towns as they had in other realms, but by train routes from the north. When violet tiles were introduced, they were created as a simple reflection of the variation first introduced by Arch Aries some years earlier. When violet tiles are pressed, they move south. So the Arch Aries ones also behave similarly. I guess the Arch Aries ones move to the north. That makes sense, right? The opposite of moving to the south. And we know that Araja is to the south of like this three-country continent that we have going on, with Arenda/Fen Aries in the middle, and Arch Aries to the north being the arch. So yeah, Arch Aries would go up and Araja would go down, relative to the central place. So I guess we need these purple ones. What does this do? Turns black into red, right. Yellow does a thing that I don't remember. Green jumps across, I think, right? I don't remember what yellow does. Oh, black does something. Hang on. Was it black doing something, or was it like green doing something? When you press black... Oh, it moves to the right, I see. So that's helpful for the green one. Yeah, we want to keep the green one, I think. Green jumps across. So I think we want green in the middle, and there. Now we can jump that across, and then what? Oh wait, that's dead end. No wait, it's not. Okay, we're back to this. I feel like these are yellow for a reason, but is Arch Aries? Hang on. In my notebook, I have Arch Aries as yellow, which I think I got from that one classroom puzzle. So yeah, these ones probably move up when you press them, but what good is that to us right now? How can we shift things around? Oh wait, hang on, there we go. Let's just try getting this one down here. Move that across, and then what? Zip. Right, that goes across that way, which is good, I guess. And then we can move this down here. No, wait, that doesn't go down. If we do this... Yeah, it's easier to move these purple ones down, so let's try focusing on that. So, move that across, and then up here. And then I think it's pretty easy, right? We just gotta do that, and then this, and then this. No, wait, this. There we go. It worked out. One more allowance. Well, 2 more coins from 1 allowance token. And here's a picture of a Raja. Could be the thumbnail, I don't know. They've got trains there. I guess I should take a photo, huh? On my phone. Not sure what information might be contained here, but, well, I guess we can visit whenever we want, pretty easily. This is one of the rooms that isn't decided by chance, now that we've already unlocked it. There. They mentioned the trains. Is that, like, important for some reason? They mentioned the trains both in the note over there, and it's right here in the photo. This is, like, the only salient information that I can get from this, that there are trains here, or something. And what about this stuff? Some kind of feather in a cap or something? And a fancy-looking house. I guess just a small taste of what the architecture is like from Miraja. Maybe these are just here to give you an idea of what the outside world looks like. It's kind of like you're living this sheltered life, you know? You only know this house because the gameplay only takes place in the house. But by exploring the lore and stuff, you get these glimpses into the outside world. And maybe that's meant to fit some kind of greater narrative. The way that the theming is about Simon being indoctrinated by this country, Aries, into whatever they do to make people just very nationalist and all that junk. But then, by exploring this house, and by taking like a keen interest in everything going on with it and around it, you start to get a glimpse at the wider world, and gain an appreciation for like things other than just your narrow-minded point of view or something. Like a puzzle game. Looking at the big picture. Maybe I'm just waxing poetic. Whatever. Anyway. The most salient piece of information, I guess, the note itself. Just take a picture to start with, and... ah, damn it. My phone always goes to the wrong setting when I try to zoom in. There. Got the photo. So here we go. I was a little disappointed that there has not been a drop of rain during my time here, as every Eurasian story I have ever heard has begun with rain. I suppose the anecdotes I make on this trip will have to do without that flavorful setting. However, even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. Loya Yena, Ailoa Loon, Herbert. Sounds like he's using the native, tongue that we saw in that one other note from Grandma, I think. For that last line, anyway. Unfortunately, from this one note, I can't tell where this was in his journey. We know that his first place was Aries and his last place was Arinda, or the opposite, it doesn't really matter. And there was that puzzle in the room 46 that had to do with placing the order of his journey on the map. So I'm not sure how we would decide where he came from and where he went to after this. Is there like a date here, or... I don't know. Drop of rain. That doesn't really point to any date. Or like... when he came here, or when he left. If only there was like some kind of calendar that gave us the seasons, if there was like only one day in the year where it never rains. But even with the date, we wouldn't know in what order he went in his journey in. Okay. I guess that's all we got for this one. I don't know. What's with this hat, though? Just a nice hat? I guess so. Well, that took 30 minutes, and I wasted like 15 of it on another useless run at this store over here. But we're halfway done, kind of, with the keys anyway. What are the remaining notes? Let's look at that. I guess I'll just like stand here. I can try to walk while looking at my phone, but here it is. No wait, wrong note. Where was that note from room 46? Where was it? There it is. I should have taken a clearer photo. First key found here on the furthest rank, we got that. Second key in the vault of a bank, so yeah, we do have to get the vault at some point. We haven't unlocked any of the vault keys, the vault boxes or whatever, but we do know there's at least 3 different key numbers that we've seen so far. Third high up among all the clocks, we just got that. Fourth down below beneath all the docks. That one would have been inside the chest at the bottom, which we got. Fifth key held by a king on his throne. We don't know what this throne is. Sixth in a station left by one of your own, which we did get. And the seventh is major if you draft it quite late. So the remaining hints that we have, and of course the last line, and the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. I don't really count that one since we have to do that last. Meaning there are 3 hints remaining to us. One in the bank, which should be pretty obvious how to find, I guess. One on the throne, and one major if you draft it quite late. Those 2, I have no idea. I might have to look those ones up. But we can try to go for the vault next, I guess. Just because it's been a while since I've been here. Was there any hint for the gate code here? Oh damn it, I have to... Right. So it has to be... whatever, it's pretty obvious. At least we don't really have to worry about wasting steps here. Which one was it? That one up there, or... I said it was obvious, but actually now I don't remember. Crap. I don't think it was this one. Okay, I'm gonna regret this, but I'll press it one more time and walk over. What I should have done is just walked over without pressing it, so I don't have to rotate it all the way around, if I was wrong. I think this was right, though. Okay, good. Yeah, it's just one to the side of it. Okay. Okay, so knowing what I know now, this over here, this is the sigil for Arinda, and it's black and all that. Oh, and it's not even a date. Or is it? May 8. No, that's not it. I guess it would unlock if you, got the right combination. There's no input button. And yet... does this abide by the rule of being one of the gates that unlocks by a date? What if it was like a month that... like 3 letters for a month and then a number? This is the only like number that appears. Like March? There is no R. May 8. It didn't work. Okay, what about, January? Is there like a J? No F either. March... was there an R? I think we scrolled through and there was no R. April... what about APR? There's no A to start with. May, June... was there a J? Did I already... I checked for J for January. No, July... What about August? I think we already checked for A. Yeah. September. SEP? September 8th? There's no P. October. Is there an O? Was there an O? I'm sure I would have seen an O. There was no O. What about November? N? No. And there's no D either. Okay, so it's not like the 3 months letter code or something. Unless I severely missed something here. Meek. Psych. Okay, we're done here. It's probably a date relating to Orinda, right? Or something. If this is a date, but it would have to be either 3 letters and then a number, or... And this is the only number that appears in the entire thing. Or 4 letters, and I'm not sure how 4 letters makes a date. Wait, hang on. Just gonna look through my photos. I just remembered sometimes we get like Roman numerals, right? Did I ever take a photo of whatever was hanging above the... I didn't take a photo, but I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere on my notes. No, that might have been in my old notebook though. Before I transposed all of my notes into a new place and tried to get them all in like a more easy to read place. There was like that one Roman numeral date that appears whenever we see the sigil of the Sinclairs, I guess. I don't have it in this notebook, damn it, but I don't really want to look through for the other one. Okay, we're gonna look through my other notebook, just because there is an M here, and I'm pretty sure it began with an M, that Roman numeral. Yeah, if letters don't give you a date in terms of like months and numbers, then I guess the only other option might be Roman numerals, so... Oh wait, is that in my older notebook or what? Crap. I mean my older notebook, like my 3rd notebook. I have many notebooks. I really don't have it in a photo, do I? I could just walk back up there and try to find it, but I don't want to walk all the way there just to be wrong. Surely I have this sigil somewhere here. I know I wrote it down, but I definitely didn't take a photo. Okay. Alright, last thing I'm gonna try is just looking up the room. What was it called? The master bedroom. Because it was hanging above there. Or wait, hang on. Maybe it's here. It could be in like one of these photos for one of these rooms. No, wait, none of these photos like have actual photos of the room. Because there is the wine cellar. It was also there. I'll just try looking up a photo of the wine cellar. Blue, print, wine cellar. Although I guess the Roman numeral for their sigil, that would have nothing to do with like Orindia, right? Other than whatever our own ties with it are. So yeah, I found a photo online. It was MCCXII, and of course that doesn't even fit here. Is there like a C here? There is. What about an X? No X. What about like MCII? Actually, does this even have a Roman numeral to end with? I don't think any of these are... Okay, there's M, I guess. But yeah, nothing to really go off of here. I feel like I need more here, but maybe Roman numerals are a thing. It's just not straight up using the Roman numeral that you see on the shield crest thing that they have representing the Sinclairs. Alright, I spent all of my time underground. Let's actually do something else. This episode. Hopefully whatever I can find is going to be worthy of a thumbnail, because otherwise it's just going to be that one painting that we were looking at of the train. Back upstairs. The run isn't over. There's still plenty of rooms we can get. Maybe we can still get the vault, who knows? So I think we're continuing to the side of the workshop, yeah. And I guess we can check if we can combine anything. Does the coupon book combine with anything? It probably combined with, like, the, what's it called? The coin purse, if we had it. I could have checked that before, but I didn't have... Well, I foolishly combined things that I shouldn't have before experimenting. What could the lockpick kit combine with? The metal detector? That's a new one. Okay, sure, yeah. Might as well. Pick sound amplifier, okay. Make it. I guess we lose the effect of the metal detector, but... what do we gain? Greater chance of picking high sensitivity locks. What does that mean, high sensitivity? High sensitivity? A useful pick sound amplifier, okay. Well, it doesn't apply here yet. Oh, right, we got the red stuff going on. I mean, we can afford the passageway, and we do kind of want to go in all directions. Might as well. I think we probably don't need to go in all directions here. The parlor is okay. I think the commissary would be better right now. Not because we get anything out of it, but just for the direction it goes in, I guess. Oh, we already own it. Well, I would like it back, because we lost the effect of the metal detector. Yeah, this is all we get. We don't need more steps. I guess we can get a key. But let's save the money. For the shrine, of course. We don't need this. Just make it the funeral parlor. Or wait, make it the gym, because we're not entering there. No matter what. Unless there's an item. I can't really see the bench from this angle. Damn it. Whatever, we have the steps. Okay, there was no running shoes there. We wasted 3 steps, but who cares? We have over 100. Garage? There's no way we're getting that south room, so... Sure, give us 3 keys for 1 gem, I guess. We might want to start saving gems, but the funeral parlor is going to pop up any second now, or... It'll be pretty common, any of the doors that we do from now on, so... It'll be another chance to get the parlor. later on. Is this always here? There was nothing here, right? Christoph, huh? Who is Christoph? I don't remember. Well, anyway, we get 3 keys here, and we can open this later if we get the other thing. If we care to. Not sure what use it would be to create a shortcut here at this point, with so many steps. But if we get the car keys, I guess. Boiler room, huh? Yeah, make the boiler room. Why not? Actually, I was wondering about this, and this is like a good opportunity. It's going that way and activate it. There, it's already going in the direction we want. I think I remember reading that the garage had some kind of Steam function, and it does. Oh, it just opens the door. Is that it? Just an alternate way to open the door? Is that all? Not very exciting. And that's it. Doesn't open this gate. Can't go out for a drive about the town. It sure is late at night. Knowing that time passes in real time, can it turn over to the next day? If you pass 24 hours or something? Maybe it does. Oh well, that's it. This room doesn't have vents. I was just wondering. Well, we might as well use these vents if we have them. The other way first, I guess. Already active. Clear out this dead end, and then we can choose something else. Rotunda, huh? I mean, it already goes in the direction we want. The only time I ever see the word major is in reference to a major key. So that note about the 7th whatever is major if you draft it quite late, does that refer to drafting a room that gives a major key late in the day or in a later rank or something? We can try this. It's already late at night, so would it at least be one... That would at least be one thing that we can try as a experiment. Okay. That's what it means. Drafting it late in the day, another time puzzle, which I just so happen to get lucky with by getting this room late in the day. Or alternatively, you could say that I was just unlucky all of those other times that I drafted this room and it wasn't late in the day. Like, what time does it have to be considered late? I guess when there are stars out in the sky? It's a good thing we stepped out and looked at the night sky after the garage just now, because I wouldn't have known it was late in the day. I mean, I maybe could have guessed, but it didn't really occur to me that it was late in the day until just then, and until we were just looking at the door just now to draft this room, but I guess that's what it meant the entire time. Go figure. Well, lucky me, I guess. Okay. So, what do we actually want to do with this key? We can go back there later, maybe in like the next episode, or when we consider this room is done, or rather this run is done. I just don't want to go out of my way back to the Foundation after spending, what, 30, 40 minutes down there? I think we're probably fine to continue running this day, and then we'll have enough steps almost certainly by the end of the day to use this key without losing it. Oh, damn it. The pool room has stuff, right? It has vents above, I think. Or maybe it doesn't. Well, we know the dark room does. Do I even really care about the pool room, though? Or rather, the vents? I'm not sure I do. The pool room does give us a chance at getting the locker room, and the locker room builds towards the vault. Who knows, maybe we'll get our third sanctum key in this one run today. Yeah, I forgot to change the direction of this over this way. That's why we didn't get the better chance for a thing here. I could have done the dark room, but I just didn't want to, I guess. Okay, we can't use our lockpick on this, it seems, unfortunately. A silver key. Great. The rooms are already more likely to be the four-way things because of our star bonus. Drawing room is pretty good for this direction. Make it so. Although we're running out of gems, we are going to need the funeral parlor pretty soon, but drawing room first. I think... No, we have dice. We can redraw whenever we want. I think I would rather get the parlor now and get back up on gems, just so we can actually pick whatever room we want, rather than redrawing. Alright, puzzle time. Gems are in both the black box and the white box. That's false. Definitely false. Gems are in both the blue box and the black box. Definitely false, so this one is true. Gems are not in the white box or the blue box. It's true, so it's in the black box. I did read that right? I didn't just skim over it too quick? No. Okay. Use the pick sound amplifier. Okay, it didn't work. What the hell? What's this thing even good for, if it doesn't work sometimes? We could just use a normal key. Save our four-way key for something else, I guess. The lab. The weight room. The weight room wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. The rotunda is kind of a waste of gems. If we want to continue north, we either lose our steps or lose 3 gems. We're kind of almost done in the day, but I'd rather not gamble on that. Let's just redraw. Okay. Well, this goes north, but we have to do this. God damn it. We still have okay, we don't have to go through the ballroom. We're closing off the top left of the map, but we've never gotten the ballroom, and I've avoided it for so long. I'm not going to do it anymore. We'll make this a ballroom, go around, and spend our gems on the passageway to the north of that, I guess. There. We finally got it. And I guess I can make that the thumbnail since it's a new room. First we gotta go around though. All the way around. I guess I could have bought some gems, but I'm still saving my coins. For the shrine. Oh wait, it was in the corridor, in the passageway. There we go. We still haven't used our pick sound amplifier, hasn't been useful to us. I guess the dark room goes in both directions. These are both dead ends technically. Just to get more rooms that are useful to us, I guess the dark room, sure. Or redraw. Why not? We'll do it. That's bad. I don't like that. But the day's almost over anyway. It's pretty much over. Just make it the weight room. There go our steps. Trophy room. That does go to the antechamber. We unlocked that door. I guess we can get the crown while we're here. Sure. We can admire our trophies too. All 3 of them. It's starting to look mighty filled out, doesn't it? Not really. If we need a total of 8 trophies for that one blue tent in the gift shop, what can we even get? Complete the directory? Maybe? Dartboard puzzles and parlor games. Those are easy, the actual puzzles, but actually getting them, you can only do 1 per day. And I rarely get the dartboard room. We can maybe create all 8 workshop contraptions. I've made 4 so far, I guess. I don't know what this drafting strategy sweepstakes is. And of course we are on the way to doing all 8 realm sigils. But then these things on the right, the hard things. The classroom final exam sounds hard if you have to get 8 classrooms. Buying out the showroom we could have done in this episode if I actually got the showroom and didn't spend my money in the gift shop, but these other ones are all just like challenge things, kinda hard. Okay, give me the crown. We're back. Nothing new, right? Yeah, nothing worth looking at. I mean, I guess we can pick it up. Does this take up inventory space? Do we, like, run out of things to pick up if we fill out the space here? I hope not. Right, so let's try over here. It worked. Sure, remove it from today's pool and give us a bonus. I thought we removed it from the pool. What did we just remove? Not the dark room, I guess. Do we need any more items? I guess we'd rather do this so we can choose the room that we get to the north. Or we get 4 items, and then we can combine them in the boiler room, or no, the workshop. We can just give up on the top right room, why not? I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Right now. There. Just combine items. Or see if any of these do combine, I guess. Not sure any of this is going to be useful for combining. Alright, now that everything is kind of useless to us, I guess we can walk through the ballroom and convert our gems, I guess. Nothing else to spend gems on, no other rooms. We can dig this up. No, wait, we did that. So here we are. We'll go on a little bit extra longer just because, well, this day's over and I have to use this sanctum key and we're pretty much done here, but at the very end of the episode, here's our thumbnail, I guess. The ballroom, maybe. And what a grand ballroom it is. Sure is empty. Oh right, we gotta read. An opulent hall with a polished mirror floor. In the old days, numerous balls and dances were held in this splendid room. However, as he aged, the Baron began to prefer private parties in the parlor over the grand formal receptions of his youth. How fun. Clara and Simon. Clara Epson, I guess that's her name. Assuming he did marry Clara, right? Not just like an old flame that he keeps a photo around of. If he did, probably the lady of the estate wouldn't be too happy of that. The Eclipse Ball, 1952. I'm going to take a photo of that, just in case that date is actually for a safe. There, got it. And I was suspecting this was like the only other musical-looking room. We saw this piano in this image whenever we had the option to draft it. This would have the last two pages that I don't have in my notes, number 6 and 7. So it's been a while, but let me go back to that page. We were noting down the bold words and the first words on each page. Let me get the bold words first, before we even read any of this. So bold is R, and bold is true. So is this all 8 sheets, I assume, because 8 is like the number they love in this game. First words on the sheets are true message, and yeah, you would have to go back and reread all of these, but I already got enough of the message to know that I needed to write down the first words on each page, so I have that through for 1 through 5 and number 8 already. So the first word here is under, and then the next one is 2. So before I read the final message, let's just read the normal one. Under these stars the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. The gowns glide on and music swells, and at the end, the clock strikes 12. What that means only time can tell. 2 remain for one last dance, and spin again around clock hands. And as they turn, a second chance to rise above the falling sands, the true time lost in past romance. Okay, who cares about that though? The true message is find among the white trees, under 2 stones. Find among the white trees under 2 stones. The only things we were missing was the under 2 part, but I don't know what this is even referring to. What white trees? Find among the white trees under 2 stones. Great, we got it. This is why I wanted the ballroom for so long, other than just basic exploration stuff of making sure that we get everything in the directory done. And actually, how far along are we with that? We have all of these rooms. We've seen every normal room, which is great in its own right. Other than like this one shop, which has avoided me the entire game somehow. And whatever studio editions there might be, and found floor plans. But yeah. We finally got this room, I guess. And the message. No white trees out here, right? White trees and 2 stones, again. Find among the white trees under 2 stones. Find what, though? Alright, let's make this quick. I don't want to go more than 15 minutes over the usual time for an episode here, so we're just going to go to the workshop. See what we can combine. If anything, just for the information and to make progress on our achievement, I guess. Nothing here combines with Salt Shaker. Unselect it, please. There we go. Sleeping Mask. Nothing seems to combine. Shovel. Of course, we knew the battery pack. That might be the only thing. But just to check, the battery pack doesn't combine with anything else. Shoes. Nothing. But it feels like they should combine with something if they show up here. Yet surprisingly, nothing useful. And the key card, nothing. All useless. Unless they would have combined with the metal detector or the lockpick kit. In which case I already used them. Oh well. Alright, last one. Last thing to do before we call it a day. Can't really spend this money on anything other than the shrine, so that'll be our last thing. I think what I'm gonna do is just unlock one of these doors and then not even try to guess whatever might be there. I don't think I have enough information for anything else. I could consult my notes a little bit more closely one more time. Just turn to the page that had all of that stuff in. While playing with one hand here. There. So on this page, Arch Aries, we're pretty sure is yellow, we know is yellow. Because we had that rule from the box over there, which also serves as a hint for the color. And photo-wise, what did I have? Wait a second, hang on. Am I stupid? I know I'm stupid, but the thing that I was trying earlier in this episode, that stamp. The stamp of reigning smokestack Arch Aries. God damn it. This is Arch Aries. I was using the stamp over here. This diamond is Arch Aries. The rain and all of that. None of that applies. No thunderstorm or whatever. Okay, we can try this one more time. We might actually have enough for this one. Knowing that the stamp doesn't actually show the color is a big help. We know that Arch Aries is yellow, almost positive. And the stamp in explicit text says Arch Aries. And it's industrial, so we know that. Think one more. There. So where's the thunder? There. And then we just try every combination with the yellow, and gotta consult my photo again. Which one is yellow? Honestly, that stamp not being yellow is what threw me off for the longest time. But yeah, stamps can be like, just like giving you no color or whatever, I guess. Okay, so the book says yellow is the triangles, basically. Try that. Next combination. If this doesn't work and I just go all the way around again, I don't know what to do. Arch Aries has been haunting me this entire time. It feels like it. Damn it. Okay, gotta go all the way around. Alright, try that. Next combination. If this doesn't work, I would have spent up to 30 minutes on an extra long episode just doing this kind of thing. Just hoping it works out. I called it the triangles, but I guess it's more of a sawtooth pattern, because there are actual triangles on a different pattern. Not that? Oh wait, it was that. Okay. Thank God. Actually, before we continue, I'm gonna cross out all of the ones that we did solve, so we don't have to worry about their stupid hints anymore. So yeah, we're done with Arch Aries, we're done with Araja. We're done with Fen Aries, we're done with Orinda. All that remains are whatever the diamond is, not Arch Aries, Nuance, Vera Shores, and whatever the orange place is, which I guess was a... What did we call it? What was that photo, that stamp from? No wait, I had two oranges again, damn it. Orange was Vera Shores, and then the heart was maybe orange, I don't know. I don't know. We don't know enough. I'm sure I've seen all of the countries' names by now, but I don't remember. So let's quickly solve this before we go over 1 hour 15. Aries was the very first realm to introduce a new color to the traditional monochromatic tiles of the box. Given the number of ship routes and trade relationships between the two realms, this is not surprising. Fittingly, the variation itself was based on the brass compasses manufactured in Aries that were often traded to sailors in exchange for the valued Morajai puzzle boxes. They move north. What's this do again? This goes to the right. Do that, do that. Do this. Do that, do that. Do this, do this, do that. Go back. Do that. Hang on. Just put this one down here. Move this across. Change that. You go north and you go north. Do this, do that. Crap, I might have screwed myself here. I had it, but then I screwed myself. Here, just go north for now. Okay, that's correct. We want this to go north, so go there and there. Okay. And now the lore. I guess I don't need a photo of this. I have the ball. I guess I don't need a photo of this. I have the ballroom. Or rather, I don't need a thumbnail of it. I do want to take a photo. Actually, what a place. It's very high-tech looking. Kind of. I mean, we kind of got that from the stamp, but it feels almost adjacent to sci-fi, those buildings. In the rain, anyway. Maybe I'm just imagining it, though. Could just be like a normal modern city. Some kind of instrument, it seems, and do they live in houses like this? I don't see that in the photo. Maybe it's like more historical. And a photo of this. Renabom Aries, it seems. We arrived here after a few days of sailing, and it made me realize how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Aries is a destination with which I am well acquainted, having traveled here countless times on business for Cinca. This time, however, I will avoid the familiar towns and factories, and will instead trek along the northern coast, an area with which I am wholly unfamiliar. Herbert. Yeah, and there's that stupid, non-colored stamp in the top right. It was yellow all along, the color, not the stamp. I guess you could make an argument that the stamp is a very light shade of yellow, or it's discolored or something. I don't think so, though. I just think they don't want you to guess yellow from this stamp. Get it through some other means. Anyway, that one was a bit more revealing. He said he sailed in, or he sailed away from it, or I think he did sail into it, yeah. Whatever, I have the photo of the postcard so I can piece it together later, but as long as we establish, like, geographic means of transportation, then maybe he can tell us a story of how he went from one country to the other when we get the complete picture or something. And that way we can order them 1 through 8, the places he went to on the map. Actually, is that why the train is important? They mentioned the tracks not extending all the way to the north, so... Oh wait, we can go this way. If the tracks didn't go all the way to the north, then maybe he came in from a Raja because the tracks didn't go that way. Or maybe there were also tracks in Fen Aries, and he went north to Aries immediately after starting. Either way, it seems like the train tracks are pretty important to determining how he got around, or when he got around. Alright, and we're just a little bit over my self-imposed time limit of 1:15, which was already past my self-imposed time limit of 1 hour. But we're ending today making an offering of 92 coins. Is this the most I've ever made in a single offering? It might be. Very noisy sound effect. Oh, 80 is the most you can contribute. Okay. We received the blessing of the berry picker. When drafting, instead of picking a floor plan, you can pick a berry. If you do, draft a floor plan at random from your draft pool, disregarding rarity. And then we get a berry for what? For eating? For like extra steps? Okay. When it says disregarding rarity, does that mean we avoid the cost of gems or something? That's an interesting one. Well, I guess that's today. We can end it now. And what a long day it was. Which I guess was a good thing, because that let us get that other sanctum key. 2 sanctum keys in one day. We did that once before, but I'm surprised I did it again. Especially with a hint that I didn't understand. No. 2 hints that I didn't properly understand, I guess. Kind of. I mean, we got there in the end, so... Good. I'm glad. But that's it. Time to call it a day. 5 doors unlocked, 4 realm sigils complete. The St. Holly for some reason. Garden Shopping Center of Prayers, that would be why, because it's prayers. And we're quitting. Productive day today, in a lot of ways. Mainly just the sanctum keys, but also knowledge gained and other things, I guess. With that in mind, I guess there are only 2 more keys that we can collect, both of which are very confusing to me. And if it takes me too long to figure out how to get this last key, which again, looking at my notes here one last time, it's going to be held by a king on his throne, and then the last one behind the last door of 8 somehow, I don't know. But I guess that's a problem for tomorrow. Now would be a good time to take a break.